founders Marcus and Joni Lamb from 2007 to 2011. And in that role, she saw up close and personal, not just what happened at Daystar TV, but also within the Lamb family. And when these allegations came out,
Joni Lamb has been abruptly removed from Daystar following explosive revelations uncovered by investigative journalists. Julie Roys. For years, Lamb built a reputation of humility and transparency, but recently revealed evidence tells a very different story. Confidential documents, undisclosed financial records, and images of luxurious properties have surfaced, painting a picture of a hidden life few could have imagined. The revelations have sent shockwaves through Daystar's loyal audience, igniting heated debates. What was Joni Lamb really hiding? And why was she forced to leave? Stay with us as we uncover the full story of her downfall, rumors, intrigue, and the secrets behind her removal. The moment Joni Lamb was ousted, speculation spread like wildfire. Whispers turned into viral conversations, and no one seemed to know what to believe. Fans were confused, church members were stunned, and everyone wanted answers. The name at the center of the storm? Investigative journalist Julie Roys, who had reportedly unearthed deep and troubling secrets about Lamb's personal and financial affairs. Many suspected that Joni's departure wasn't as simple as it seemed. Some alleged she had been concealing serious financial irregularities for years. Rumors swirled about hidden transactions, unexplained bonuses, and the questionable use of church donations. Some suggested she had diverted charitable funds to bankroll an opulent lifestyle. Others claimed she secretly owned lavish estates, mansions and high-end properties far removed from a modest life she had always preached. But the whispers went beyond finances. Reports hinted at internal conflicts, bitter power struggles within Daystar's leadership that may have played a role in her departure. Some believe that influential figures inside Daystar saw Joni as a threat and orchestrated her exit. Others speculated that rivals had deliberately leaked damaging information to Julie Roys in a calculated move to end her career.
We got back from our honeymoon. It was in July. And by the way, there are questions about, it's all over the internet, that Daystar paid $100,000 for my
Yes,
honeymoon.
I was getting ready to ask you about that.
So, absolutely not. Not one penny of Daystar's money was used for our honeymoon. We paid for our honeymoon, okay? So, again, that's another lie that's out there.
Another prevailing theory suggested Joni had been living a double life for years. She had carefully crafted a public image of humility while privately enjoying luxury, first-class travel, and an elite social circle, secrets that, once exposed, shattered the faith of many devoted followers. Social media erupted with speculation. Could it be true? Had Joni really deceived her audience for so long? The most chilling rumors suggested Julie Roys had even more damning evidence, something so explosive it had yet to be revealed. Church communities grew tense, anxiously awaiting further developments. While Joni's defenders insisted the allegations were baseless attacks meant to ruin her reputation, others believed the truth was finally coming to light. With emotions running high, the conversation raged on. Was Joni Lamb a victim of a smear campaign, or was she guilty of hiding the truth? The mystery surrounding her sudden exit only fueled curiosity, leaving everyone eager to see what would happen next.
They do the semi-annual telethon there. I think they call it Heart for the World now. There's a room there just full of phones and cubicles and several hundred people in there that just answer phones all day. And the prayer department was in charge of taking the calls during the telethon when people would call in to donate. But every once in a while, the call volume would be so high that all company employees would be required to be on standby on their phone. And so this was one of those particular occasions. The call volume was exceptionally high. And lo and behold, my phone rang. I answer it, and it's this sweet little elderly lady, and she's weeping, and she's telling me that she's completely in debt. She has nothing, no money, but she does have a last little bit on her credit card, and she's going to give that to Daystar because the person on air said that if you give $1,000 today, God is going to give you $10,000 back. I don't really have words to say how horrible I felt in that moment, that I took that card number and I ran that card, because it just felt very, very wrong. And that was really the first time that I stopped and said, do I want to be a part of this? Is this the kingdom of God? Because I don't know how you can justify that before God.
Then came the bombshell, Julie Roy's public statement. When Roy's finally spoke out about Joni Lamb, the world listened. As a respected investigative journalist, Roy's had built a reputation for exposing hidden truths. She was known for her meticulous research and unwavering commitment to transparency. Standing before a packed press conference, she addressed the public with a calm but serious demeanor. This isn't about personal attacks, she stated. This is about accountability. She emphasized that those in positions of power, especially those entrusted with the public's faith and donations, must be held to the highest standards. Then she laid out her findings. Roy's presented hard evidence. Internal financial reports, confidential salary documents, and photographic proof of an extravagant lifestyle. She detailed suspicious salary increases, undisclosed bonuses, and secret money transfers, all hidden from Daystar's donors. Then came the most stunning revelation, proof that Joni had quietly acquired luxurious homes in exclusive neighborhoods, complete with manicured gardens, pools, and designer interiors. These properties, Roy's pointed out, directly contradicted the image of simplicity and sacrifice that Joni had publicly embraced. She methodically connected the dots, demonstrating that the financial records aligned with the purchase dates of these properties. For months, Roy's had worked with anonymous insiders, Daystar employees who had risked their jobs to bring the truth to light. These whistleblowers, disturbed by what they had seen, provided confidential records that had been carefully kept from public view. They described a culture of secrecy, one that had allowed questionable financial decisions to go unchecked for years. As Roy's revelation spread, the reaction was immediate and intense. Reporters fired off questions, desperate for more details. How long had Joni been hiding these financial dealings? Did other Daystar leaders know? Was this just the tip of the iceberg? The press conference sent shockwaves through religious communities and social media alike.
Send me that email. I was so mad and angry that I'm going to send tear at that baby. He's telling me the ability because I needed time to think about it, so I didn't respond. And I called you, and I called 2 other ministers, and I called a prophetic person that they all respect. That has kind of walked through the journey with me. Of course, you've been the main one to know everything. So I called you, and I told you what happened. There was a viewer feedback that we've gotten a lot of comments. And so, because I'm introducing Doug to the audience, we're going to read one. I just want to tell you how much I've enjoyed watching Ministry Now with Joni's new husband, Dr. Wise. That this is a viewer. Mm-hmm. He seems wonderful, and they seem wonderful together. I also love watching the Daystar singers sing songs like No Fear and how they feature different people. It's amazing. Congratulations to Joni on her new marriage to a wonderful guy. Seems like he's a lot of fun. But they refused to read it. And I told you about that. And then Jonathan sent me the email that I'll let you read.
Public reaction to Julie's revelations. Many expressed gratitude toward Julie for courageously bringing hidden truths to light. Her willingness to expose what had remained in the shadows earned her widespread admiration. Supporters praised her thorough investigation and unwavering bravery, recognizing her work as a valuable public service. Admiration for Julie's commitment to honesty and transparency grew. Despite the controversy and backlash, people believed she was standing for what was right. Not everyone agreed with her approach. Critics accused her of exposing private matters that should have remained undisclosed. Joni Lamb's loyal followers vehemently defended her, claiming Julie unfairly targeted their beloved leader. Skeptics questioned Julie's findings, suggesting she might have exaggerated certain details or misinterpreted the documents she presented. Some speculated that Julie had personal motivations, perhaps jealousy or a desire for attention. Critics argued that Julie had unnecessarily tarnished Joni's reputation. They wondered if a less public approach could have been taken to address the situation without causing such embarrassment. Julie's supporters countered strongly, asserting that the evidence spoke for itself. They maintained that Joni, as a public figure and spiritual leader, had a responsibility to uphold the principles of honesty and transparency. Julie's revelations were seen not as an attack, but as a necessary pursuit of accountability. Supporters noted that if Joni had nothing to hide, she wouldn't have reacted so strongly to the exposure. Julie directly addressed her critics, standing firm on her mission. She acknowledged the challenges of her work, but emphasized that transparency was crucial, especially when powerful figures were involved. She argued that leaders should be held to the same ethical standards they publicly preached. Julie reiterated that her investigation was not a personal attack, but a call for accountability. Julie's statement left the public with pressing questions. Could Joni restore her reputation? Would she acknowledge the discrepancies? Or would she refute the allegations and claim misrepresentation? The uncertainty fueled even greater interest in Julie's findings. Many lauded Julie's journalistic integrity, while even her strongest supporters speculated whether more revelations were yet to come. Julie hinted that additional documents and evidence could surface, keeping the public in suspense. Anticipation grew. Was this merely the beginning of a larger scandal? As she concluded her statement, Julie left one final reminder. No one, regardless of status, was above accountability. She emphasized that public trust required honesty and consistency from leaders. She expressed hope that her work would encourage people to be more discerning about whom they place their trust in. Julie stepped away from the podium, leaving behind a stunned audience and a flood of unanswered questions. Reporters clamored for more details, but Julie had already said everything she intended to say. The evidence was out, and Joni Lamb's secret life was no longer hidden from the public eye. Fan reactions and public outcry. As Julie's revelation spread, reactions flooded in from every direction. Joni's longtime supporters felt betrayed and disillusioned. Many who once admired her humility and modesty struggled to reconcile their trust with the shocking revelations. Social media erupted with emotional responses. Anger, disbelief, and sadness dominated online discussions. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram were flooded with comments from disheartened followers. Some refused to believe the accusations, passionately defending Joni and dismissing Julie's findings as misrepresented. These loyal followers insisted Julie had exaggerated or twisted the truth to damage Joni's reputation. They rallied behind Joni, sharing videos and statements reaffirming their unwavering support. Many still viewed Joni as a symbol of faith, honesty, and sincerity, unwilling to accept that she had been dishonest. They dismissed the scandal as an unjust attack and cautioned against making judgments based on allegations. Others felt the exact opposite. Julie's evidence in their eyes was undeniable proof of Joni's deception. Disillusioned former supporters openly admitted feeling betrayed. They questioned how Joni could preach humility while secretly leading a lavish lifestyle. Outrage intensified as more details surfaced. Calls for accountability grew louder, with demands for Joni to address the allegations publicly. Some insisted she owed her followers an explanation and sincere apology. Church communities grappled with the revelations, engaging in heated discussions about integrity and leadership. Many religious leaders used the controversy as a lesson in accountability. Online petitions called for a financial audit of Daystar, gathering thousands of signatures demanding transparency. Critics believe the scandal extended beyond Joni, exposing deeper institutional issues. Some responded with compassion, seeing Joni as someone who had succumbed to the pressures of leadership. They urged others to approach the situation with empathy, emphasizing that public figures face unique challenges. Debates about forgiveness versus accountability raged across communities. Many agreed Joni should face consequences, yet the extent of her punishment remained a subject of discussion. The conversation centered on whether fallen leaders deserve redemption or permanent removal. Media coverage amplified the debate, with experts weighing in on ethics, transparency, and investigative journalism. Some criticized Julie's methods, arguing she had exposed private matters without fully understanding Joni's personal struggles. Joni's silence only deepened the controversy, leaving followers questioning her guilt or emotional state. The world waited for Joni's next move. Would she defend herself, confess, or continue to remain silent? The unfolding scandal left an undeniable impact, reshaping public perceptions and challenging the very foundation of trust in leadership.